It's here, boys. It's season number 2. We finally made it to our second season here with Tottenham Hotspur on this FIFA 22 career mode. And I'm super excited. I love the summer transfer windows. These are the most exciting times sometimes in these kind of saves. And I'm looking forward to this one because we can really start getting our hands dirty, move out some of the dead wood, bring in some of our players and start making this team a little bit more of Yorkie's side. Now, there is some silverware in the cabinet, so the Spurs fans ultimately extremely happy. If you didn't see the last episode, go back and watch it and the entire series as well. And then come back to this one to see what we did with building the team for season number 2. If you are new around here, though, please smash that subscribe button, as well as hitting the like button. If you're going to enjoy the video, welcome back in, boys. Honestly, you probably want to go make yourself a brew and sit down and just relax for this one, because it could be a long one, considering the amount of business we might end up doing and the amount of cash we might be bringing in. Now, if you want to suggest some players, feel free to leave them in the comments. I do like to put this out there every time we do a transfer window. I play this game as realistically in my mind as I can. I ain't going to go out there and sign Mbappe. We're not going to go out there and sign Haaland because Manchester City already did that. And we are going to make moves that make sense for where we are as a club. Not necessarily just Tottenham in itself, but where we are in the save. We are a Champions League club again now. That does attract a certain style of player. I always like to get that one in there. I don't want people to feel like they've been done dirty if they do suggest someone and I don't sign them as well, because you guys have suggested so many players. It's been unbelievable the amount of players that have been suggested. We of course have some favorites for targets that we will try and go for in this episode, but we won't finish the transfer window in this one, so there's still time for you guys to get more suggestions in, depending on what happens in the episode and what position we're looking for. Of course, the first main thing for us to do here is go to the squad and list Mr. Harry Kane. We did have the gentleman's agreement with him, and we will be letting him go. I don't know how much we're going to get for him. I think probably roughly around 150 million. I'm also going to try and move him to a club that makes sense. Now, Man City makes less sense now that they've signed Haaland, which we got to experience. I would still like to see him go to one of those really big teams. I would accept maybe like a Real Madrid as well. I'm thinking Man United, maybe even Chelsea, those kind of teams. Chelsea didn't use Lukaku, so maybe we could do a cheeky swap there. I'm not going to do that. It wouldn't be realistic, but I'd love Lukaku. I'm also just going to go straight out there now and sign Romero. We know we want him. He was our best centre-back last season. We're going to pick him up instantly now. We've got a little bit of cash thanks to Mr. Daniel Levy. I don't know how much he's going to cost. His buy clause was 51 million, so I'm intrigued to see actually how much it's going to take us to get him into the club. I reckon between 55.8 and 78.6, so let's hope I've got my negotiation cap on, because that isn't what we would have paid if we'd have had the cash last season, but we just purely didn't have the money. We do need a backup goalkeeper as well, unless we go with one of the young boys we've got at the moment. I'm actually genuinely just going to go in with a 51 million that it was going to cost us, and just hope that Atalanta really want to play ball with us. It would be lovely for them to have not said 72 million. Unfortunately, at 72 million, I don't think that's a fee I'm willing to pay. Let's go to 55.7. 59.9. Okay, now we are talking. 57.9 would be decent if I can get them to accept that, and they will accept it, and that should be Romero tidy, done and dusted. We'll see how much he wants to be paid, but at this stage, I'll buy his whole family a house to move over here, because we couldn't defend without him. He knows what this diner's like. He's been here several times. We used to come here for tea after every win we had, didn't we, boys? And there were plenty of wins for Spurs last season. 4 years is decent. We'll take that all day long. No release clause. Lovely jubbly. Get yourself a slice of cake, Romero. But not too much. We're in pre-season. I would have preferred he told me what he wanted. I'm just going to offer him 52. That's what he was on anyway. And I will give him a bit of a cheeky bonus of 200k just to sweeten the deal. And he wants 55. Yeah, I'm going to accept that. Let's be honest, boys. I'm not going to say no to Romero now. We've managed to get him for that price. What a deal that is. Ooh, I'm glad he's going to be a Spurs player this season. Well, deal number 1 done and dusted. I really have to start making some decisions of who's next. I think we're kind of waiting on the Harry Kane situation before I start signing strikers, because potentially I would like 2. I kind of want to play this formation. I like it as much as possible this coming season, and Son can play up top. We've got Vlahovic. I would at least like 1 or 2 more strikers, depending on what we can do. Probably the finished article in like Lautaro, Martinez, and then maybe one other player to give them that chance and opportunity moving forward. We'll be improving the transfer budget here because some of the players we'd already agreed deals to are now going. Eric Dyer leaves to Villarreal. Alfie Whiteman leaves. So Austin is staying, and someone's told me that he grows quite well. So potentially he could be our backup goalkeeper. And then when Lloris goes after next season on a freebie, maybe we bring someone in like Meslier as the new Lloris for us. Mora departing the club as well. Son has had a transfer bid for him here. I was going to say the value for price is shocking. They've put Saul in there, obviously, on loan at Chelsea now in real life. Not really someone I'm interested in, nor a position I'm interested in. We're stacked there. Plus, I wouldn't sell Son if my life depended on it, let's be honest. Son is basically, he's the talisman for this series. He's going to stay that way. I love him. I genuinely do love Son. And someone said he should be vice-captain this season, and you're damn straight, he is going to be vice-captain. And I tell you, if we do win a trophy, he's going to be wearing the captain's armband because I want to see that man lift it. You're not surprised, Harry. We've got a gentleman's agreement, buddy. We do actually play against Manchester United as well. They won the league, so we play them in the Community Shield because we did win the FA Cup. I don't know if I've mentioned it a few times, but we won the FA Cup, boys. Loan offer here for Cameron Carter-Vickers as well. I mean, well, to be honest with you, I'd rather sell him, but 2 years to Aston Villa, where he probably won't play a lick of football, but see you later, Cam. We've still got 130 million left. Let's take a cheeky look who I've already got on the transfer list so far. Well, the transfer shortlist, not the transfer list. And we have got a whole host of players. Now, the thing is if our idea is moving Tandanga to centre-back, which a lot of people seem to think that would be a great idea, Max Aarons would be a really good signing, considering Norwich got relegated again. He could be the right back for us. So I think I'm actually going to make that deal and go in for Max Aarons. And then we will convert Tandanga to centre-back. Hopefully they don't want too much. I mean, a relegated club. So Max Aarons, I imagine, would want out. I'm going to at least offer 15. I don't want it to feel like it's been too cheap. They want Oliver Skip now. That is definitely not something I'm willing to do. Go up to 17, nearly 18 million. And they're going to be agreeable with that. So Daniel Farker's loving it, and he's well happy. He's like, that'll buy, well, it buys a lot, doesn't it, in the Championship, that kind of money. So delegate for the Max Aarons deal, and that should be another body in. Now, we do have a lot of brilliant players on this list. I'm not going to lie. We've really got some talented players on this list. I'm eyeing up Kamara, boys. I am eyeing up Kamara. I would love to have him. Neuhaus, Cuisance. Kone, I think, grows really well. Fabian there, Benaker. Ward-Prowse as well, someone we really wanted to bring into the club, kind of save him from Southampton. Renato Sanchez did move to Wolves, so I probably wouldn't go in for him right now. I got Michael Elise there, Scott Olsen, Hamed Traore, Jeremy Doku is wanted by a lot of people, but we signed David Neres, so I'm 50-50 at the minute. Tammy Abraham's been mentioned a few times, absolutely did us over. We all know that if Harry Kane goes, this is going to be the man to replace him. We knew that already going into it. And there's a few decent players there. There are more to add that you've given me, but I will add them when we need that position. There is a cheeky striker out there, might have Ivan at the start of his name, that you guys have suggested a couple of times now, and I really like the idea of him coming and joining us, considering they got relegated. Cameron Carter-Vickers is going to be loaned out for 2 years, and we will sign Max Aarons. Done and dusted. I'm actually really happy to get that deal over the line. 2 bits of business done already. Romero, who we needed, and really just improving the back line, which is all important. I think Max Aarons is absolutely a brilliant backup to Emerson, because they've both got that pace, get up and down the pitch like we need it. That does mean now that I will change Tandanga to being a centre-back. It was suggested a lot, to be fair, and even if it's not just for the overall rating, that will be the position he plays. He's gone up to 82. Again, it means nothing because his attributes are exactly the same. It just means that actually centre-back was a much better suited position for him than right-back. Kind of hoping this window actually yields more transfers than before as well. I think we're about to be knocked out of this friendly cup because we drew and lost and then drew again. So, I mean, I don't really care about it, but I do want some more transfers. And Roden's got one, and you all know why I want to sell Roden, because I can't say his name. I'm actually okay with the deal as well. 4.6 is going to go to Levante. I would prefer that he went somewhere in England, but I mean, Spain's not a bad place to go. Gareth's still there. They can link up and play golf together. you know, it's a reasonable deal. Here we go, Harry Kane deal, and it's Liverpool. Now, I don't think Liverpool really have the funds to pull off a Harry Kane deal. I would rather he stayed in England, and I can't exactly chance the fact that Man United or Man City will come in for him again. So we will negotiate this, although I love Diogo Jota, sorry. That's not really the right deal, is it? It's not. I just don't simply think he'd come to us over being at Liverpool, so I don't think that's the right deal to make, but we will negotiate it and see if they will pay around 150. To be honest with you, anything above 100 million, it is pretty decent, right? So I'm going to be a chancer here. I'm going to say 134 million. What says you, Mr. Jurgen Klopp? Wow, they're trying to sweeten the deal now with Bobby Firmino. Bobby Firmino might make sense because of the situation he probably finds himself in at Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool wouldn't have the finances to pull this deal off either, would they, really? Oh, I hate having to make these kinds of decisions. We've been sat here, me and Jurgen, for an hour while I'm mulling over whether this is a good deal or not. I'm going to up the transfer fee. I'm going to try and get 93 plus Bobby Firmino, and then I don't think anyone can complain in the comments if we manage that. Oh my God, we've managed to do it. So there we go. Bobby Firmino comes to Tottenham, and Liverpool will pay 93 million for Harry Kane. Bobby is valued at 45 million. I genuinely think that that is a decent deal. Sit down with Bobby and we'll see what happens. Now, you've got to remember that they would have thrown in a player most likely to sweeten the deal considering their financial position. And I also imagine that if they're bringing in Harry Kane, Bobby's probably not going to see any football. So the swap does make sense. It wasn't the swap I was expecting us to have, but the swap does definitely make sense. I'm going to offer him 160 and a couple of 100,000, and hopefully he just goes, yeah, I love that idea, Yorkie, thank you for the money. That's reasonable. Bobby Firmino is now a Tottenham Hotspur player. What a swap deal, plus a whole load of cash that was. I mean, Bobby Firmino fits into the team, right? You play Bobby Firmino, Lautaro Martinez, who we're going to go and try and get now as well, as Dusan Vlahovic. I mean, he fits in the team at least for 1 or 2 seasons. Anthony Martial's gone to AC Milan. That's a deal I could see happening in real life. So here we go. Harry Kane has left the club. We have got for Harry Kane, Roberto Firmino. Although he's not a huge goal threat, he is very much a facilitator for other players, i.e. Son out wide, and then whoever he's partnering up top. So I'm really happy with that. We're also going to get 83.5 million of the 93.9 million. We negotiate. I genuinely think we've had Liverpool's pants down there. If I'm being honest with you, I think that's a great deal. Now, we've got an offer for Ndembele from PSG. I didn't want to sell Ndembele, but it's PSG. So I'm going to negotiate, but I think Ndembele might be leaving the club here, boys. I like him. I would have preferred to have kept him, but the problem is when PSG come a knocking, you don't say no. I find that if they come, there's a few teams that if they come in for a player, you've kind of got to negotiate. 75.9 million. I'm telling you something, he's not going for 55. So if that's how you think you're going to negotiate, PSG, you can bugger off. He's not going. He's not going. I'm just going to walk away. He's not going for 55. We'll keep him. There is a lot of interest in him, though, so we have to keep our eyes peeled on that. We're keeping him for now, and I'm actually happy to keep him for now. Feels very weird right now adding Bobby Firmino to the team, but I mean, he's 85 rated. He's a very good player, and we've got the money. Let's go and sign Lautaro Martinez. Boy, I'm so excited about this one. This has been a transfer in the making for the longest of times. They just want 90 million. Just give us 90 million. And they're happy. Well, it's kind of Harry Kane priced, but we're going to have a pretty decent attack this season, aren't we? To be honest with you. It does mean that we won't be signing Ivan Toney, but I mean, can we argue at Bobby Firmino and Lautaro Martinez next to each other and then Son on the left wing? I don't think we can. I'm assuming he wants crucial, but I always just go in with important. You know, I was expecting he wanted crucial. 4 years, absolutely lovely. Up until you're 28. Be a club legend at that stage, mate. Oh no, I don't want a release clause. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Nearly negotiating a release clause into his contract then. He's on 145. I'm going to do what I did with Bobby. We'll go 150 and 200. And he just probably says yes. I love that. Thank you. Lautaro Martinez is now a Tottenham Hotspur player. This has been a nuts window, hasn't it? It doesn't show Bobby Firmino here, but we've got Romero. We've got Lautaro Martinez and Max Aaron. I'm over the moon, lads. I'm absolutely over the moon right now. That just does look good, doesn't it? We don't want Dele Alli there, let's be honest. I would have Neres or Bergwijn there, but we'll put Neres there for now. That just looks good. I mean, the strike power we're going to have this season, you've got to remember, we've just come off a season where Harry Kane spent a lot of it injured. And that meant that players like Dusan Vlahovic had to step up. And he did, but he wasn't ready for it. It's crazy as well to think we're still sat on 108 million after those deals. We've got 2 brand new strikers and I'm still sat on 108 million. Madness. Got Sanchez transfer offer here. I mean, the additional fee on this is a bit of a joke, isn't it? But they have put in a player. And how good is the player? Yeah, no, he's a striker. So no, I mean, instantly, I don't need another striker, do I? We're kind of set up there. No House has been approached by Everton as well, but centre mid is definitely not somewhere where I'm looking for a player, potentially looking to move a player out more than anything. Joe Rodon has been sold and made my life a lot easier. I've been a walking meme with the Rondon stuff, an absolute walking meme, and now he's gone, just makes it a bit easier for me. We do have a transfer bid here as well for Son. It's a very big one. It is from, I believe, Atalanta, and it is, of course, going to be rejected. They did try and sweeten the deal with Luis Moyral, but I do not care. I do feel a little bit for Ivan Toney. I'm going to shortlist him just in case because, you know, I like him. I like Ivan Toney, but at this stage, I don't see any need for him because of the Bobby Firmino situation. Here we go then. Manchester United. And it would be rude of me not to try out some of these new players. We are going to start Firmino and Martinez up top. I'm also going to start Tandanga next to Romero. And that seems like it could be a pretty tasty centre-back partnership. Son will play on the left today. Neres won't play on the right. I'm going to start Bergwijn on the right. And that is just a really good starting 11. Like, legitimately. They've got a great team as well, though. Ronaldo and Royce up top. Rashford and Sancho on the wing. So they've got the pace to cause me problems. But could we pick up our first silverware of the season here against Manchester United? That'd be lovely. I don't actually know when Spurs were last in this competition. Like, when they last played in the Community Shield. I can't think of it. It must have been... They can't have been in this for ages, can they? Have they even been in it while it's been the Community Shield? I'm not trying to throw hate like Spurs fans' ways. I'm just trying to think when they were last in it. That is the prize we are playing for. And we've got some really big new players helping to have an impact today. And the Man United team does genuinely just feel like the team we played last season that were really good against us. But we did knock them out of the FA Cup. So it doesn't matter that they won the league. The FA Cup obviously is clearly a bigger competition than the league. First game of the season as well. It's chucking it down, as you'd expect. I'm just excited to try these new players out. I really am. I'm super excited to get Lautaro Martinez involved. And also now get Bobby Firmino involved. Because like I say, he's very, very good at linking up play. Him and Dele Alli on the same pitch together could really have a huge impact for us. Missing now. Højbjerg. And the Bele. First ball through to Lautaro Martinez. Nearly opening up his account here for Tottenham. Oh, he's gutted, didn't he? I would have loved for him to have slot that into the top corner. Well, we haven't really gained any height, though. So I don't think we're going to be threats from corners again this year. We weren't last year. I don't think that's going to have changed this year, although forced them into a bit of a mistake there. Romero finds Bobby Firmino. He'll play that one back across. Tandanga. Oh, that was poor and risky. And that will allow Sancho to run at us. And that is the last thing I want to be happening right now, is Jadon Sancho being allowed to run at me. He's got way too much pace. Well, a player we were looking at, Madueke, I think that's right, has managed to sign himself to Everton. And I'm a bit gutted because if we'd have ended up looking for a right-sided midfielder, he was the man I wanted. Danga's first start here for me at centre-back. Emerson. That's lovely. Martinez. Oh, Bobby Firmino nearly. What link-up that would have been. What link-up that would have been. Lautaro Martinez knocks it on to Bobby Firmino, and that's some save from David De Gea, that is. Well, we started brightly. We've started very brightly. It's been nice. And will it be from a corner, our first goal of this new season? Nearly. Romero winning the header. Well, they come Man United now after we've just had a good opportunity. Ronaldo hit that with some power, but it's well wide. And Dembele puts that one inside to Bobby Firmino. Fires off the shot. I think that took a deflection over the bar. Good play from Son. I'll wait that out wide. I'll try and fire it in towards Lautaro. Son's won it back off Rashford. And then it's in towards Bergwijn. And saved by De Gea. We've been very lively here, haven't we, at the start? The boys really feel up for it. And this Man United team have started a little bit sluggishly. It's not a bad shot. Another corner. Haven't really had anything impactful from the corners. And Tandanga nearly scores. Bobby Firmino. He's just someone you want on the ball, isn't he? Because when he's on the ball, he can make stuff happen like that. And Dembele, Lautaro Martinez just before half-time will score his first goal for the club. I need to go through and do numbers. I know, boys, don't slaughter me for the numbers. But Lautaro Martinez gets his first Tottenham Hotspur goal here against Manchester United. Just well worked. Firmino finds Dembele. Dembele backheels it to Lautaro Martinez. And David De Gea's had a bit of a nightmare there, hasn't he? Perfect way to end a half as well, isn't it, that? The perfect way to end a half by going in 1-0 up. This team we've got here just feels a bit different this season. It feels a little bit different. Pogba's come on. Galbraith. But they just feel we've got the talent this year that we didn't have last year up top. We lacked, didn't we? There were several games where I just can't find the back of the net. And, it was due to just not having the talent up there. This season, we don't have that issue. And Danga now up against Ronaldo. Sancho, back into Ronaldo. There we go. Right back into it, boys. Right back into it, aren't they? Start of the second half. First opportunity they've had in this second half. And Tanganga just lets Ronaldo get away from him. And then the player swap is a bit sluggish in that situation, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's Ronaldo. He doesn't miss them. I don't really complain when Ronaldo's scoring good goals, can I? Oh, Bergwijn. Oh, Bergwijn. The ball to Lautaro wasn't bad. It's into Bobby Firmino again, and this time it has been slotted home. And Roberto Firmino will score his first goal for Tottenham Hotspur. And that link-up might be unbelievable this season. Lautaro Martinez knocks that on to Bobby Firmino. And there we go. 2-1, just like that. It's a beautiful knock-on. And this time he slots it home. Well, they could definitely form a really good strike partnership. And when you've got players like Son and Bergwijn on the wings, we're just super dangerous. Substitution here for Manchester United. Fernandes for Royce. I mean, I don't know if I should have been annoyed that Fernandes wasn't starting, but Royce isn't exactly a slouch, is he? That's a good ball in. And Son manages to head that away. Great defensive output from him there. We've got another corner. Short one this time for Fred. We've got to do a bit better there. Don't let him dink it in. Oh, this could be dangerous, though. Could be dangerous. Bobby Firmino waits and waits, and then he's going to play the ball surely into Lautaro Martinez. But that is great defending from Luke Shaw. And then David De Gea putting himself under some pressure there, didn't he? Oh, my God. What's he doing there? Bergwijn. Back across. Lautaro Martinez. Oh, well saved. They were a little bit all over there, weren't they? And Martinez had to try and fire something off to try and catch him out. But what a debut for the man. He gets a goal on his debut, which will definitely settle Spurs fans with us spending 90 million on him. And we'll bring on Dusan Vlahovic. Had so many big moments last year, didn't he, Dusan? He's not going to lose his number 9. He genuinely is not. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's got a bright future here. Oh, what a ball over the top. That is for Bruno Fernandes. And it just makes you think, why didn't he start this game of football? Ooh, that was close. They're really pressing us now, aren't they? I'm still trying to play out from the back. Ivani's come on for Ronaldo. And for me, that's just them signalling that they've lost this game. That's a great ball in. Roberto Firmino didn't see the pass he needed to play, I don't think. Max Aarons now. Got plenty of bodies over there. Son's in there, and Lindelof nearly put it in the back of his own net. But it doesn't matter. There's another trophy going in the cabinet, boys. I just must have the Midas touch, right? There is another trophy going into the cabinet here. Bobby Firmino and Lautaro Martinez are 2 new strikers scoring today. It is weird seeing Firmino in a Tottenham shirt, but I just think we can justify it just because Liverpool are kind of moving away from him now. They signed Harry Kane in the deal, and we got Lautaro instead. Here we go, boys. Lloris gets to lift another trophy. He must be shocked, right? He's got a year's extension, and he's lifted 2 trophies now. He must be over the moon. Son will be lifting them from now on after this, though, I reckon. And we'll give the Community Shield here. You don't get the same stage, do you? They don't care about the Community Shield as much. It's not the same stage, but that will give the Spurs fans a lot of confidence now going into this new season that we could be a really competitive team. Also, a team that can compete in the Champions League. What a performance that was. And the boys felt really good. They felt really good. Firmino and Martinez, they could be a different class up top. That partnership could be massive. Sarr's going to lead the club now on loan to Aston Villa, and hopefully he has a good time there. And we have got a transfer bid for Højbjerg, and it's from Man City. Problem is with it being from Man City that it's one of those that I feel like we can't not sell him, if we're being honest. I am going to negotiate it like we did beforehand, and I'd love to have a stance of no, he's not going anywhere. Now, Man City didn't get Champions League football, so I want a premium for Højbjerg. They didn't get Champions League football. 50 million. I'm insulted that you've come back with that, Pep. I'm not selling him for that. If they'd have got Champions League football, maybe I'd have felt a little bit more forced into that decision. We're going full strength for this one, boys. We're going all out. They're starting Podence up top and Jimenez on the right wing. So, again, FIFA is what it is. There has been a title update, though, which has fixed some stuff. But I think it's only fixed it if you start a new career mode. This team should be blowing teams out of the water this season, if I'm being honest with you. And I feel like against Wolves here, I want to see a good display. And that will kind of show us where we're at when it comes to the Premier League this season. Because I don't want to have to qualify for the Champions League next year. I want to finish third or second relatively comfortably this season. I've just noticed as well that I didn't make the camera smaller for the Man United game. Do apologise, boys. I will always try and remember. I think that's the first time I've forgotten. So, you know, fair play to me. First time I forgot. Molineux can be a hard place to come as well. So, there's no saying this will be easy. But when you're starting a new season, there's a few players out there today that'll really want to show a statement. Tandanga should be one of them, as well as, of course, our new players up top. Because we do have some good players on the bench as well, waiting in the wings to get on the pitch. Oh, that ball out wide there to Adama Traore. Oh, he's ball rolled me, and this could be 1-0, and I should not have questioned Podence up top. Should not have done it. I just should not have done it because, you know what? I questioned Doherty when they played him in the centre of the park. He battered me, scored 2 goals against me. Questioned Podence up top today, and look what he's done already. It's a great goal. They've basically just used the counter on us after a poor pass. And, I mean, it's a brilliant finish as well. Dele Alli now. There's that one into Son. Son then up to Roberto Firmino. Play that back across to Højbjerg. Højbjerg's actually got himself in a really good position, and he slots it home as well, and there we go, 1-1. Well in, Højbjerg. Didn't really do this that much last season. Well, he didn't do it at all, let's be honest, but that's a great driving run and a really powerful shot. The keeper did not stand a chance. In fact, the ball hits the back of the net before the keeper's landed on the ground. Amaret. So much pace, skill. He was someone highly recommended that we should sign. Hasn't really fit the mold for us, but now we can break away. Bobby Firmino. Obviously, he's eyeing up Lautaro Martinez, and he's found Lautaro Martinez, and Lautaro Martinez, oh, I would have loved to have made it 2-1. Højbjerg. Finds Son. He's found Son. Lautaro Martinez has found Dele Alli. Oh, what a save from Jose Sa. Willy Bolly has been absolutely done over there, hasn't he? Roberto Firmino now finds Heung-min Son. He's going to pull that one back across for Bergwijn. Oh, Jose Sa saves it. He's having a great game today, Sa. Even Steven at half-time, but I think we've been the better team. Wolves are always there to hit you on the counter, though. Such a dangerous side. Oh, Renato Sanchez has found Podence straight away at the start of the second half, and this could be another goal for Daniel Podence. Oh, he was well defended. Found its way to Adama. Raul Jimenez now. Oh, he's made a mistake. And Dele Alli's cute ball gets him out of trouble. And Lautaro Martinez now might have a body forward to play it to. Oh, it looks like he might even go himself. Play that one out wide. Go on then, Bergwijn. Make the run. Can I just get that one across to him? I can, Stevie B. The ball just sometimes is a little bit too flow. Oh, that's landed to Bergwijn. Oh, it's still Bergwijn. It's handball. Well, Lacelso's going to come on now for Dele Alli. Breaking them down for another goal has just proven so difficult. They've sat so deep. It's caused me so many issues. Oh, Jimenez now. Podence. Imagine if they went through and scored. Oh, they might do. When you're making mistakes like that, that's a great ball to Johnny, but a terrible volley. Reguilon there's. Found his man. Ryan Gill. Fresh on the pitch. Lo Celso might be played in. It's lovely. Lo Celso to win the game. Giovanni Lo Celso's first touch of the football is to put it into the back of the net. Great pass from Lautaro Martinez. And he will make this 2-1 late in the game as well. To be fair to Gill, it's his ball forward to Lautaro, which starts off the counter, and then Lo Celso's clean in. Well, there goes the full-time whistle, and we will have our opening day victory. So 2-2-1 wins here, and showing already that we can concede, and we've got enough about us to score the goals to get us back into games. Højbjerg kicked this one off, which was great to see. And Giovanni Lo Celso, both goals coming from the midfield. The two new strikers not managing to net on their Premier League debuts. I'll tell you that wasn't a bad result there against Wolves. They could definitely be a banana skin. And our next game in the league is going to be Man City, boys. Wow, so White's been loaned out to Bournemouth, which is a great loan deal for him. And we've got another offer here for Sanchez. And I'm still 50-50 because I wouldn't mind keeping him. I'm going to reject that for now, but I will take in the comments if people say sell Sanchez. We will sell him. We've got to remember we've got Timber, Tandanga, Sanchez, and obviously Romero, who starts at basically all costs. So maybe potentially one of those could be moved out. You probably would say that it has to be Sanchez because of the potential of Tandanga and of Timber. We do still have a hefty bit of budget left, but I wouldn't mind moving some players out before we spent it. I did not expect to be sat with 2 brand new strikers come the end of this episode. I didn't expect to get the Bobby Firmino deal, to be honest with you. I like the deal, though. I think he can resurrect his career a little bit here. It has gone sour towards the back end of his Liverpool career. I know some fans absolutely love him, some fans don't. Him coming here certainly could resurrect it a little bit. We've got the Champions League football as well. And of course, just Lautaro's a god. He's going to be brilliant for us. I could tell by using him just for moments that Lautaro Martinez is going to be special in this team. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. We're taking on Man City and Nottingham Forest in the next episode, as well as finishing off the transfer window with some more input from you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the support so far. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the deals that we made. I think the only questionable one that people might think is probably the Firmino one, but I think it makes sense. The Harry Kane bit might not make as much sense, but I think Firmino being in the swap makes sense. We get a striker back that they wouldn't be using, and he's definitely good enough to play in our starting 11. Take it easy, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing your feedback, and I will see you in the next episode.